bakers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nini and I love to create healthier recipes. There's snow. We got snow. And it was still snowing this morning, so it's been snowing for 2 days, and there are still leaves on our trees and there are leaves on the ground. So this hasn't happened in a really long time. We were not emotionally prepared for this, but it did get me excited for Christmas, and I decided to try a Christmas cookie recipe, and we are making chocolate peppermint crinkle cookies. Last year, guys, I made crinkle cookies, which I'm going to add here for you, and you guys really loved them. I decided to use less baking powder than I did last year, and we're getting more of that dome kind of shape, and we're using an almond flour, but you can also use oat flour if you prefer, and there's not very much of it. They're fudgy, they're a perfect balance of chocolate and peppermint, and you can top them with some crushed candy canes on top if you like, but that's optional. So let's learn how to make these really delicious chocolate peppermint crinkle cookies. Let's start with melting our chocolate. We will need 1 cup of chocolate chips. These are dark chocolate chips. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of espresso powder. This is optional, but I do find that it brings out the chocolate flavor. And we're adding 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use coconut oil, you can also use vegan butter. Using a double boiler or a microwave, we're just going to melt all the ingredients and then set it aside. In a smaller bowl, we're going to mix our dry ingredients. This is half a cup of almond flour. You can also use oat flour. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And you also want to add half a teaspoon of salt, which I forgot to include in the video. And we're just going to whisk all of the dry ingredients. I like to whisk the dry ingredients just because cocoa powder does tend to be a little bit lumpy. We're going to set the dry ingredients aside. Now, another bowl, we are going to add our wet ingredients. 2 large eggs, room temperature. I'm using 3/4 of a cup of coconut sugar. You can use any brown sugar that you like. 1 teaspoon of good quality vanilla. And 3/4 of a teaspoon of peppermint extract. And we're just going to whisk the wet ingredients until everything is incorporated. Now we're going to add the melted chocolate to the wet ingredients. And we're going to whisk all of those ingredients together. And lastly, we're going to add our dry ingredients. Using a spatula, I'm going to mix all of the ingredients until you don't see any more dry ingredients. You want to refrigerate for a minimum of 30 minutes, up to 24 hours. You want the mixture to be firm to the touch. This is a half baking sheet. I'm not making the whole batch today. I'm actually going to freeze more than half. So we're going to take our mixture out of the fridge. I actually had mine in the fridge overnight, and we're going to need half a cup of icing sugar for the whole batch. Because I'm not using the whole batch, I'm just going to use a little less. Using a medium-sized ice cream scoop, we're going to scoop the cookie mixture, and we're going to put it directly into the icing sugar. No need to roll them because they are going to spread out in the oven. And we're just going to coat it really well with the icing sugar. Again, I'm only going to make 6 cookies today, but the batch makes, I think, between 15 to 17 cookies. If you do choose to freeze the mixture, scoop out your individual cookie balls, then freeze them, and then remove them from the freezer when you're ready to bake, and then coat them in the icing sugar, and then bake for an additional couple minutes. And now it's time to bake. 12 to 14 minutes at 350. While they're baking, I'm going to grab 2 candy canes, and I'm going to crush them quite finely. Now this step is optional, but it really, really does make a difference. And here are our cookies out of the oven. I wait about 2 minutes before adding my chopped peppermint. And just add as little or as much as you like. Enjoy our almond flour, chocolate, peppermint crinkle cookies. A super easy recipe to make, perfect for your Christmas cookie box or for any Christmas gatherings. Enjoy. I'm just going to finish that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to our channel for more healthy recipes, and don't forget to click that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy baking.